For those of you hosting family and friends from out of state, your guests will be treated to a winter wonderland. More than 4 inches of snow fell in parts of the northwest suburbs. The snowfall will make for fun winter activities in the coming days. One of those places impacted by the snow is the Elm Creek Park Reserve. If you like sledding, you'll love this. Elm Creek Park Reserve will open up its snow tubing hill on Saturday at 10 a.m. sharp. It's the first time in a couple years that it has been able to open before Christmas.
Tubing is one of those activities that the whole family can do. You don't have to have a lot of athletic ability. You just need to sit on a tube and it brings you right down to the bottom, just like sledding when you were a kid. And then the best part is when you get to the bottom, there's a magic carpet. And you just stand there, hold on to your tube, and it brings you right back up to the top.
The inner tubes are in high demand. The Three Rivers Park District encourages visitors to make reservations in advance before coming. New this year in Robbinsdale, a policy change for snowfall. No longer will the city declare a quote-unquote snow emergency. Instead, a snow emergency will automatically take effect anytime there is a snowfall of at least 2 inches. That means no parking is allowed on public streets and alleys until they are plowed curb to curb. Meanwhile, some students in the Wayzata School District will be heading to a new school for the 2025-26 school year. The Wayzata School Board approved new school attendance boundaries at a meeting this week. The changes account for population growth in the district. Only elementary and middle school students are impacted by the decision. If you want to see if your child is impacted, the district has an address lookup tool online. A beverage craze made popular in Utah's Mormon community has now made its way to the Northwest Metro. In this edition of Business Matters, we step inside a new Maple Grove business that's introducing folks to the concept of dirty soda.
It's almost like the Cold Stone of pop. Trend's called dirty soda, super popular out west.
Chilly winter days don't normally call for cold drinks.
Every day we try a new flavor. So far, this one's actually really good. This is the Mountain Dew one.
Here's the Stacy's.
Tell that to everyone who packed into soda on a December afternoon.
A lot of people don't really know about this store yet, and I feel like there's new people every day, and it's insanely busy, but it's a good thing. $7, please.
The big draw to this new Maple Grove shop
I'm gonna make the everything's in.
is something called dirty soda.
I really, really like it. It's basically Dr. Pepper mixed with ice cream.
For the uninitiated,
We always start with Crunchable Pebble Ice because that's the best ice on earth.
you take your favorite soft drink,
We give it a little bit of coconut,
mix in some
a
cream,
little bit of vanilla.
add a couple shots of flavored
And
syrup,
we just mix it with whether you like Coke, Pepsi, Diet Coke.
and you have yourself a delicious concoction.
I feel like I'm tasting the color blue.
I like all the different flavors that they have.
A little fruity, but a little grape, and it hits the spot.
The idea for soda came to owner Chad Taylor after he visited family out west and witnessed the popularity of dirty soda shops.
Every single year we'd see these places backed up in the drive-thru and people were just thrilled to be going to them. And I thought, gosh, somebody's going to do that here, right?
He initially started with a food truck in April, but it didn't take long before word spread and lines started to grow.
You know, sometimes sitting a whole hour before anybody would come up to the food truck, by the end of the season having 30, 40 people in line all day long.
Just those two.
Taylor opened the physical shop on December 6th to considerable fanfare.
Stacy's mom.
And if some of the drink names sound familiar,
I'm just a huge music head, and so I landed on this pretty quick.
it's because every item is named after a 90s song.
That really makes people giggle. They just get a kick out of that.
Soda is definitely a store that's got it going on.
It's so good.
Yes.
Even in the dog days of winter, there's something about a sugary drink that keeps people coming back.
Have a good night.
I'm just really grateful for people who are coming out who love it, and it makes their day, and that makes our day.
Prices range between $3 to $5 based on the size of your drink. Soda hopes to eventually expand to other locations and make it readily available across the metro. In Plymouth, a hotel is up for sale that could be a future redevelopment opportunity. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal reports that the Ramada by Wyndham Plymouth Hotel and Conference Center is now listed and marketed as a redevelopment option. The Plymouth Playhouse and the recently opened Boss's Pizza and Chicken are located on the property, located near I-494 and Highway 55. It's not the only hotel in that area slated for redevelopment. The city of Plymouth plans to purchase the nearby Red Roof Inn to push forward a transit-oriented project. Thursday at a Brooklyn Park hotel, something that left an employee practically speechless.
Totally emotionally honored, taken back, and very, very, very honored.
That's Stephanie Gallner, a manager at the Minneapolis Marriott Northwest in Brooklyn Park. She was in an end-of-the-year meeting when she received quite the surprise. Minneapolis Northwest Tourism announced that Gallner was this year's recipient of its Hospitality Rockstar Award. Gallner says the key to her industry is keeping it fun.
Hospitality in my world, I believe, is to get to know people and to adjust to whatever people need. And I feel like if you make people feel like they're welcome and that they belong, they'll always come back because they feel like they're at home.
In addition to the surprise, Gallner also received a $500 Visa gift card for her hospitality service. Finally, this segment, a story more than a century in the making. Trillium Woods Senior Living in Plymouth hosted a party for Fran Brown, who turned 102 years old this month. Brown made a little history at Trillium Woods. He was the first centenarian of that senior living community. At 102, Fran says he feels pretty good most of the time, but he doesn't have a special secret to good health. There is one, perhaps it's lawn maintenance.
I don't have something to preach about as far as health, certainly. We had a nice house with a lot of lawn. Maybe walking behind a lawnmower helps, I don't know.
Fran made a living at 3M developing new adhesives and tapes. He has two sons who are in their 60s. He'll spend the Christmas holiday with them.